Good morning. My name is Lizette. I'm an occupational therapist with about 28 years worth of experience. Earlier this year, I started a company by the name of Think Different Dementia because I want people to think differently about dementia. Seems to me that there's a lot of hopelessness out there when people hear or think about dementia, and I am hoping to slowly, step by step, person by person, give people hope who have no hope regarding dementia. So this morning I wanted to take a couple of minutes and talk about two things. The first one is what's known as subjective cognitive impairment. Well, what is subjective cognitive impairment? Subjective cognitive impairment is just a big fancy word for, oh gosh, I actually think I'm having trouble with my memory, or I think I'm having trouble with my thinking. It is a pre stage where standardized testing are not showing any actual cognitive decline, but the person themselves is aware and is concerned that they may actually be having trouble with their thinking processes. So this is what is known as subjective cognitive impairment. Now, I've actually had some subjective cognitive impairment myself, and it is very scary when that happens. But I want to let you know that there are things that you can do to change your lifestyle and to change your habits that will actually help with any subjective cognitive impairment. The next one I wanted to talk about this morning is what's called mild cognitive impairment. Well, mild cognitive impairment is just the big fancy word for, oh, well, now when I do a standardized test, it's actually showing that I'm having trouble with my thinking. It is a pre-dementia phase, and it can actually indicate, or the research has indicated that people who demonstrate what's known as mild cognitive impairment actually convert into dementia within the next 5 years. But just because that happens, that also doesn't mean that it has to happen. There are things that you can do to improve and maintain your thinking processes. So what I want to encourage you to do, if you're having either mild cognitive impairment or subjective cognitive impairment, don't ignore it. It's just like our brain is just like our body. It actually responds to the fuel we put in it, as well as the exercises that we do. A lot of research is indicating that the more we're physically active, the better it helps our cognitive processes. So if you are in this particular situation where you're actually having either, oh gosh, I think I'm having trouble with my thinking, or oh gosh, I know I'm having trouble with my thinking, I would encourage you to reach out and contact somebody who specializes in thinking processes and see what we can do to help you. So if you'd like to reach out to me, I'd be happy to set up a phone call with you. I do free cognitive screenings. They take about 10 minutes. I use a standardized test that is actually sensitive to whether somebody is having mild cognitive impairment or not. So if you're in that particular situation, please comment thinking below, and we will send you a link to my calendar so you can set up an appointment to actually see whether you're in this situation or not. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday, and I look forward to speaking with you.